someone asked me, well, why do you want to use dance as this way of reconnecting? There are no words typically when you perform, expressing a movement, emotion, down to your fingertips, your pointed toe, and the prop you're using. When you, as an audience member, are watching it, we, in our mind, are trying to present a story. But what you take away as an audience member, it could be totally different. As an audience, if you can leave with any type of takeaway or interpretation or connection with a performance that we did what we were supposed to do. Kayamanan ng Lahi, the Los Angeles-based group that was selected to help and partner with us in this collaboration effort to really revitalize Ketchikan's Filipino traditional folk art, dance, and music program. Joel and Ave, a beautiful couple who established and founded KNL along with their partner Barb, Ate Barbs. And the three of them created this amazing organization, now 32 years in the making and still growing strong. It is a multi-generational, family-based agency that really puts together dance, music, and ensuring that they have the most authentic traditions and teachings.
I'm here in Ketchikan with my nonprofit group named Kayamanan ng Lahi. Kayamanan ng Lahi means treasures of our people. And we're based in Los Angeles. And we're a folk arts group that really strives to use culture as a vehicle for transformation so that we can empower ourselves, our families and communities, and ultimately enrich society. And we inspire transformation through the use of cultural understanding and artistic expressions.
So instead of olive oil today, we're going to use the oil from some sun-dried tomatoes. And I just wanted to add that kind of rich, earthy flavor that comes with sun-dried tomatoes. So I'm just going to pour it in here. And then we're going to close it up. Give it a few more pulls. Go back to the table. Now we're going to check this out. Use my knife, kind of scrape around the edges, drop some of that back into the bowl, give it a taste test. That's awesome. Doc pesto. I'm gonna take our walnuts and the garlic, add it to the processor. I think I did a little too much, so I'm gonna cut back, get everything in there, squeeze a little bit more lemon, and wait for the float plane to go by. So now everything is in the mixer. I'm gonna give it a quick shake, and then I'm gonna start pulling on it again. And you can really feel that we're getting about to the limit of what this thing can do, but we are making pesto. Check this out. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. I'm gonna taste test it real quick. Doc pesto, baby. This is gonna be awesome.
Coming up next, big shout out to the Ketchikan Pride Alliance. Pride Month just ended, but they were going hard all month and making sure that there are events, safe spaces, talks.
Absolutely.
The list goes on and on all around town.
A lot of great events, a lot of fantastic inclusivity here in Ketchikan, Alaska. Very positive. Love to see this. Oh, I think we might be able to add a flag to our collection here.
Ooh, I would love. How many flags can I add?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Happy 4th to you. Mario, now as you can see, has started a little bit of a flag collection in his visor there.
It's going to be a wild day, I can already tell.
Missed the Saturday day. Heard they crowded the floor. Couldn't bear it without you. Don't get around much anymore.
My name is Taylor Dallas Vidic. I am a founding member of the Muskeg Collective. I grew up in Juneau and am currently based there. The Muskeg Collective is a collection of singer-songwriters who are all somewhere in the process of recording and releasing an album. We all got dinner at a restaurant in Juneau a little over a year ago in spring of 2023. And we said, hey, this is hard, and it would be really nice to be able to have conversations about this process because there aren't a lot of people doing it in Southeast Alaska. And so to be able to share spreadsheets and we've described it a bit as a therapy group. It's like one part therapy group, one part a bunch of people who really like each other's music. And so now we have an excuse to listen to each other all the more often, which has been great. There's a lot of extra challenges that come from trying to make art and make music, especially in a part of the state that doesn't have a roadway. And I say that as someone who adores the Alaska Marine Highway, but you need an entire extra day if you want to come down to Ketchikan to play music. And so being able to have these connections amongst those of us in the Muskeg Collective, and then to utilize them to help each other, and also to act as the guy when other people come to town. We like to swap resources. So like this week, I am very lucky to be staying at the Troll's house. Erin Heist is the niece of Ray and Michelle Troll. So that's just one of the many examples of the ways in which we are able to piggyback off of one another, and it makes trying to do this thing being art and music in 2024 in an economy that makes it really hard to make money making art, you know, and we're not doing it for that reason, but if I'm able to earn some kind of an income doing this, that means that I can spend more time thinking about it and focusing on it and hopefully produce better work because of it.
So we began seaweed production in 2019. We just finished in May our 5th year of seaweed production. I believe we're one of the larger seaweed farms in the country, if not the largest. We are just beginning our 1st year of production of shellfish. We put about 2.5 million oysters in the water last year. Being able to do seaweed and shellfish with the same company is really fundamental to my vision of where I think where I think the Alaska industry can go.
We're the lead entity administering the Alaska Mariculture Cluster, and that's a group of Alaskans that are dedicated to scaling mariculture and with a focus on oysters and kelp, but other species as well. We received $49 million through the U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration, and we competed nationally. It was a big win for Alaska to bring those funds home. We're able to put a lot of money into research and development to try to figure out the markets and the products that are going to drive our industry forward.
My position right now is with Alaska Mariculture Alliance. Through Southeast Sustainable Partnership and EcoTrust, I work for both. My host organization right now is EcoTrust. That's who I work for. And I'm going around Southeast Alaska and talking to folks and tribes about kelp mariculture, letting them know information, and then extrapolating also information from them on what their concerns and their aspirations for how they'd like to see getting into this, or if they want to get into it. I'm here letting everyone know that these communities are here, some of the needs that these communities have, and to be able to connect these folks if they so choose to get into this space.
Chief Rydeen came into the day room just as B shift was getting off work this morning and said that the engineers this morning heard a whimpering coming from the structure So that kind of started a response from us to reevaluate getting into the structure. We assembled a team since B shift was coming off duty and Pendergrass was with us. We kind of already had a team assembled. So we got in the tower truck here and came down to the scene and started going to work.
Excellent.
I started pulling debris to get a little bit better access for Chuck to be able to get the dogs to me, and then I could turn around and pass them over to Captain Divobus.
Well, this is really a heartwarming story after a very difficult week. Thanks again.
This is Cassie. Cassie, which is short for Cassiopeia.
Oh, yes.
And,
she's a star.
And here comes her sister. Oh. Hi, baby.
So good.
Oh.
And you're doing cool.
Come here. Oh, yep. We got him. We got him.
So happy
okay.
to see you.
Yes, you're loved. Yes, you are.
You don't even have to live here to see some merfolk in the wild here in Ketchikan. Take, for instance, this clip that was sent to us via electronic mail here in the creek, headed to City Park.
We're here in Ketchikan at the Totem Heritage Center. It's really cool because there's this creek that runs right through here and a bridge that goes, what is that? What is that? There's no way.
Now this footage is not easy to come by. Even with all of the advancements in technology and the advent of mobile photography at its peak, it's hard to tell what's true and what's constructed. It takes a keen eye.
All right, everybody, it's Ty here. We're doing our Saturday morning plunge. It's about 39 degrees.
Beautiful day.
Beautiful sunny day. The water is perfect. Whoa, what was that? What? Whoa. What? All right, we're gonna get out because we don't know what that was. It could have been a seal. We don't want to get bit by a seal, so we're just gonna go. Oh.
What was that?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it was.
Ty.
You know, they say never to meet your heroes. I suppose that's what's happened. It's just not what you'd think, you know? Who would even have ever heard of top half mermaids? Well, I made my discovery in the Safeway sushi aisle. There he was. I mean, you know, I put in a lot of work to find him. But there he was, just getting lunch.
Over in Thailand, I received 4th place at the World Cup, so that was a real achievement to be able to go do. All coming from this little lake right here in Ketchikan, Alaska. So it 100% started right here. This was the first place I ever rode a Kawasaki JS 440 hull with a side tube exhaust and just 2-stroke smoke blowing right in your face the whole time. And that was where the whole love for it came, I guess. But my first couple actual experiences on a stand-up, I remember going home and just being like, oh my gosh, my core, my backs of my arms, all my abs, my tops of my legs were just tore apart, shredded, felt like I couldn't even get out of bed the next day. And that lasted a month or two, and then I don't remember it ever quite being like that anymore. And now I hop up on a stand-up, and people say I make it look easy, and it does not impact me the way that it used to.
Gamash Dawayu, Metlakatla Diwatku. I am Gamash and I'm from Metlakatla. Founders Day to me, it just means family and getting together and remembering why we came here and why we're here, and to celebrate that we're still here and we're still carrying on our traditions and still pretty much a tight community.
The new mobile integrated healthcare program by the Ketchikan Fire Department aims to kind of meet the needs of any of our community members who may be falling through some of the gaps that they can experience living in a rural place such as Ketchikan. The main thing to know is that we're not going to be replacing primary healthcare providers, we're going to be supplementing them, helping them. We're aiming to help those who are struggling to get their basic needs met. Community members such as seniors, homeless, or just general vulnerable population here in Ketchikan. So there's going to be a lot of different types of services we provide, and initially we were looking to have a very expansive program, but as we've kind of come along, we've narrowed down the focus. The last thing we wanted to do was kind of have a cookie cutter program that we copied from some other city or some other state. We've learned that Ketchikan's a unique place and it needs its own unique solution. So some of the areas we're going to focus on initially are going to be vulnerable populations, follow-up care if you're getting discharged from the hospital, or if you have an ambulance come to your house. We'll check within the next week or so, see how you're doing, see if there's anything you need. Try to coordinate with the healthcare providers on the island for you. We're going to be able to look to help people who have high utilization of EMS and ER services. So when people's basic needs are getting met, it's going to fall to EMS and to ERs to help fulfill those needs. We're going to try to come up with care plans for these patients to help them get the care that they need more appropriately and safely, so that they don't have to rely on emergent services just for health care.
This is my first winter in Ketchikan, and I needed a way to train. I wanted to keep practicing my events, especially log rolling. And this is what when I bring it out to the lake, I can wear my spiked shoes, my cork shoes, on a bare log. When I do log rolling on the show, it's a liner in the tank, so we have carpet on the log. So we actually roll on tennis shoes, which is, you're still log rolling, but it is a little bit different. So this is mimics professional competition more than rolling on a carpet in a lined tank. Log rolling is one of the harder events to learn in timber sports because it does require so much like coordination and balance and basically constantly moving your feet and adjusting your body to stay balanced. So that's what I'm focused on. A lot of time is finding that center of the log and trying to match that with the center of my body. To be competitive, you have to be training a lot, you have to be on the log a lot, and you have to get on there with another person and be able to know what that's like and be able to learn how to manipulate that log in a way to put you at advantage to stay on the log longer. But there is a lot of things going on out there that it's hard to see, and even myself still kind of trying to wrap my head around how to do those as far as changing the direction at the right time to knock your opponent in the water. Those kind of decisions and that kind of being able to like think on your feet, literally, is a big component to being a successful log roller. It's one of my favorite things to do in Ketchikan this winter, especially. It's really peaceful. This lake is so beautiful, surrounded by all the trees and the mountains, and especially this winter when there was this, snow on the ground or ice on the lake. So it's a really, really peaceful and a pleasant experience for me, and then I also get to train. So I get to be active, but also I get to kind of be in a beautiful place. So yeah, I feel really grateful.